Troublesome since 96. You were shook with Reeves and all the ledge. I'm your, what's that? I smell. Let me count my, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, run. Hi, my name is Dirk Cobain. Like a, here I go to the next episode. Ain't no damn this explosive Beast Coast. Yeah. The mother ride or die for my, strictly for my. Survival of the fittest. That's the sign of the police. I'm indeed cover earth, skirt, lean back. Give me one more chance. They say Jesus walks and the devil wear Prada, but I'm so deaf. God can't tell me nothing. Right this on my death certificate. I gave you power. 21 questions like.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tennessee Titans and the Chicago Bears. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. On second down, Trubisky. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And this is caught by Jackson. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. He's going to air one out. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. A huge play there for Chicago. And even 40 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football. And the plays he's making, he's spilling them in the offensive backfield.
Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. It's the fullback. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bears take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. He's got a man, complete. And all the way down to the 35. A big play that time for the Titans. And even 40 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Throw left side, complete to Ross. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
On 2nd down, Wilson eluding the pressure right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
He's going to let this one go deep. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and pressure advantage.
The open man is Smith. Past the 20. 10. Touchdown, Chicago. Traquan Smith, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears will extend their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. On 2nd down, here's Wilson. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an action.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. With the former Volunteer Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Titans with the football here to begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. So on 4th down, here's Marquette King to punt it away. Adam Humphries deep to return. This is taken at the 15. 12 yards on the return that time. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
On the ground, this is Jackson. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And now running right through it. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Over the middle, complete. It's Cole. 18 yards the gain for number 18.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Go.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
Gotta go. Right over there. Yeah.
On 2nd down, here's Trubisky, escaping the pressure right. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a 1st down.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Now Wilson on 2nd down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick. And a return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off.
And that's caught inside the 35. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They'll run it with Jackson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. Now Trubisky to throw on 2nd. Flush to his right. Oh, it was hit at the line of scrimmage and intercepted. Picked off at the 35. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Wilson. Throw left side complete. It's Griffin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Wilson looking to throw on 2nd down. He finds Ross right side. It's complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson throwing right, and that's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Wilson now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. Got a man open. It's Wims. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Titans moving quickly here. They're in the hurry-up. Throwing again here. Wilson. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well. I
love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Wilson on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Wilson to throw again. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. The Titans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. From the gun, it's Wilson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And Butker able to put this one through. So we come upon halftime here at Soldier Field with the Bears out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And they'll have excellent field position to begin this drive as he's all the way up to midfield at the 50.
It's the third quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard. And while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. From midfield now, here's Wilson. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down. Wilson now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%. And it's 1st and 10. To throw is Wilson. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. They go play action with Wilson. They'll roll him out right. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
Maybe worse than the loss of yardage, they also lose the down. So now it's 3rd and long.
14. Go.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, let's
through an opening, and there he goes. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there. An even 90 yards. And the Bears will add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Returning it, John Ross. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Titans offense now, they get set to head back out here. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Stepping up, he'll try and run. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you've got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A really nice gain of 25 yards. On 1st down, Wilson finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Open space inside the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Titans are able to close the gap just a bit. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. Extra point right down the middle, and it makes the score 21-10. Butker now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Hang on, we got, you see it? You see it? We're go, let's go!
From the shotgun is Trubisky. Over the middle to Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 28. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
That's caught inside the 20. And all the way down to the 17-yard line.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
Now he's got it, and he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. The Titans efficient passing on this drive. There's another 1st down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defense.
And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. A great effort there with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the interception by the Titans D leads to a touchdown. Russell Wilson now will bring his guys up to go for 2.
We got 3, fellas, we got 3. 12. Check. 14. Check. 55.
From the gun, Wilson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Butker now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do?
And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now at Soldier Field. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. The Bears on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 14. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Titans offense now, they work their way back onto the field.
Tempo.
On 1st and 10, Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game, that has them out in front. We often think of the offense driving things. In this case, it's the defense, not just holding teams, but creating big plays for themselves.
Here's Trubisky. And his throw here's incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now Trubisky. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Cole. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Fourth quarter, holding on to a lead. Fullback carry, 3 or 4 yards. I guess that's what you're looking for.
And it just brings back memories for me because I remember my coaches in this situation. I remember one time my head coach into his headset telling the offensive coordinator, I want the big boy carrying the ball. And that's what...
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. In for the score. And the Bears will extend their lead. Extra point attempt here still to come.
And that's exactly what you're supposed to do with good field position. You make the other side pay when you don't have far to go for the score.
Koo able to connect on the extra point. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense now, they get ready to do battle again here. And last time, one play interceptions, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. And this time he's got the hook up, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Wilson now throwing on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Trevor Williams with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now it's Jackson. They'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Trubisky now down around his goal line. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Marquise Lee, the intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come?
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10. And they'll go on the ground. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
You got him. You got him. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up.
They run again with Jackson. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner. And there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, This too shall pass. This too shall pass. And then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Now Wilson. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this.
Hey, gotta go, gotta go.
Right back to him on first down. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out. 2
yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
On third down, that's Jackson. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Give him 2 yards on that one. Second and goal now.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Here's second and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. He'll get it up the middle. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on third and goal.
Let's go. We're on the ball after this.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
Now, this feels like old school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
And his kick here is good. And that will make this now a 15-point advantage. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going.